Today we're going to be looking at how to subtract fractions that have different denominators. And as you can see here on the right hand side, there's many steps that we have to do. And if you find that you get lost at any point, I encourage you to pause the video and take a look at some of the video links in the description below, where we've broken down some of these steps in a lot more detail. Okay, so looking at the first question, I have to subtract 1/3 from 6/8. So in order for me to do that, my first step is going to be to find a common denominator. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and multiply our denominators. So 8 times 3, which is going to give us a new denominator of 24. So let's go ahead and just write out our new denominators on the other side of the equation here. So in order for me to rewrite the fractions properly, I have to make sure that whatever I did to the bottom numbers, I do to the top as well. So I had to multiply 8 times 3 in order to get 24. So I have to multiply 6 times 3 as well. And 6 times 3 gives me 18. So now I have to do the same thing for the next fraction. So I had to multiply 3 times 8 in order to get 24. So I have to multiply the numerator by 8 as well. And we know that 1 times 8 gives us 8. So now that our fractions have a common denominator, we can go ahead and start subtracting the fractions here. So the value of the denominator hasn't changed, it's still 24, but now we can go ahead and subtract the numerators here. So 18 minus 8 gives us 10, so we'll go ahead and write a 10 there. But as we can see here, there's still one more step. We still have to simplify this fraction. So in order for us to write this fraction in its lowest possible terms, we're going to go ahead and divide both of these numbers by 2 because they're both multiples of 2 because they're even numbers. So we're going to go ahead and divide both of these numbers by 2. And 24 divided by 2 gives us 12. And 10 divided by 2 gives us 5. So 5 over 12. And as we can see here, there's no common factor other than 1 between 5 and 12. So we know that this answer is written in its lowest possible terms. So 6/8 minus 1/3 gives us 5/12. So now that we've solved the first one, if you feel ready to try the second one, I encourage you to give it a shot. So as we can see here, our first step is going to be to go ahead and find a common denominator. So we're going to go ahead and multiply the denominators once again. So we know that 5 times 4 gives us 20. So we're going to go ahead and rewrite our fractions with a new denominator of 20. And remember, when we're rewriting fractions, whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top as well. And we know that we had to multiply 5 times 4 to get 20. So we're going to go ahead and multiply the top number by 4 as well. And 4 times 4 gives us 16. Now we're going to do the same thing for the other fraction. So 4 times 5 gave us 20. So we're going to go ahead and multiply the top number by 5 as well. And 5 times 2 gives us 10. So now that our denominators are the same, we can go ahead and subtract these fractions. So the denominator's value hasn't changed, it's still 20. So now we're going to go ahead and subtract 16 and 10. And we know that when we subtract 10 from 16, we're left with 6. So looking at this, we know that we can simplify this fraction because these numbers are both even numbers. So we're going to go ahead and divide both of these numbers by 2. And 20 divided by 2 gives us 10. And 6 divided by 2 gives us 3 for an answer of 3/10. So 4/5 minus 2/4 gives us 3/10. So I hope this video has helped you to understand how to subtract fractions that have different denominators. Thanks again for watching, and please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button below. As always, enjoy today's math lesson.